Hello everyone, Derek Floyd here, IK Multimedia. How you guys doing today? We are so excited to have you here at DFlo's Audio Toolbox. We have got another amazing special guest for you today, and we've got some free prizes, which is always good. Most importantly though, if you like the stuff you see here with us, please put a like, a subscribe, and a share to make sure you get all the cool stuff that comes along with being a subscriber for IK Multimedia. But without further ado, let's talk about some free stuff, right? Free stuff's always good? I think so too. We got free stuff today we're giving away. I think we're giving away something called Mic Room, which of course is a great one if you are a singer. And if you're anything like our guest today, you're going to love having this one because this is all about having your voice and changing the microphone you use with your iOS device, which is pretty killer. And this guy we're going to talk today is going to tell us all about that. Let's talk about him. He is one of the most amazing vocalists out there in the industry today. He just happens to be a vocal coach as well, and he's coached some of the biggest names out there. He has one of the things we talk about, which he can actually break glass with his voice. This is going to blow your mind now. This is going to be amazing. And he's talked to people like the people from Dream Theater. He's been on Dr. Oz. He's been on Good Morning America. He is one of the world-renowned vocal teachers out there, and we're just glad to have him here. His name is Jaime Vendera. Jamie V, are you there, buddy?
I am. I appreciate the praise. I'm definitely not one of the best amazing vocalists in the world, but I love I love your enthusiasm.
Well,
Glad to be here. Love IK Multimedia.
you are definitely one of the best vocalists out there, so don't be so shy. We appreciate you. And how you doing today, man? Everything good?
Good. I've actually right before this, I was just recording, working on the cover using my IK Multimedia equipment. No lie. I use my iPad Pro. Run everything through my iRig Keys IO,
Oh
my
man,
iLoud. So
you are truly an IK fan. We love you, brother. Well, tell you what, man. Give me a few things about you. How long have you been a vocalist? How long have you been singing?
Well, I'm 50.
You're
I feel
not
like I'm,
50. No way.
yeah,
I'm
I act
50.
like I'm
So
16. I act like I'm 16. I started singing. You hear the story all the time. I started singing when I'm 3 years old. I literally did. I'm running through my grandmother's house and I hear Elvis Presley on the record player, and that's what hooked me in. And I sang in choir through school, and I started playing in clubs at 16. Moved to Hollywood at 20 and studied voice out there. Came back, studied with Jim Gillette, Thomas Appel, Elizabeth Sabine, and eventually became a coach myself.
wow, wow. So how many bands did you play or sing in as you were going through your history?
Oh, I don't know, 15 or 20. As a kid, you're joining a band and you're doing this and singing with whoever would have me at the time. I was always singing. I love to sing. So
Sure, sure. I think most of us that are musicians, we're in like four or five bands at a time. We end up going through a cycle of them, right?
yeah, I mean, I'm so busy teaching now. And plus I had an accident on a TV show I was on where I got a piece of glass in my throat. And so I have a laryngeal nerve damage. So I don't play out a lot because I get hoarse really easy. But I do have two songwriting partners, Scott Stith for Vendera and Stith, and we do originals, and Ryan Wall for Angel Fire East. So I am still playing and recording music, and I'll sing when we do a workshop.
Wow. And you'll talk about this glass incident a little bit later on because that's pretty scary stuff that you actually got
Yeah.
a piece of glass caught in your throat. But that lends us to our next question, which is when did you discover your claim to fame about breaking glass? Like, how did this even come about in your world?
Well, back in the 80s, there was a band called Nitro, and they were known for like fast guitars, helium voice, kind of like Benny Vincent Invasion. And Jim Gillette was the singer. And I remember the music video they had on MTV, Headbangers Ball, Freight Train. And he would explode glasses in front of an amplifier. So I've wanted to do this for decades. And I started getting into the web and released my first book in 2004. So I was interviewing a lot of singers for my website, and I got back in touch with Jim Gillette. I'd had some lessons with him in the past, and we stayed really close. And he called me one day, says, "Hey, you want to be on TV?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Doing what?" He said, "Shattering glass with your voice." And I almost said no. I was scared to death, but I couldn't say that to Jim, so I said yes. He said, "Don't worry, you got me in your back pocket." And that was November of 2004, something like that. And we did Good Morning America. And then a few months later, we did the Mythbusters show. And since then, I've done, I don't know, 60, 70 shows around the world.
But how did you discover you could do it? He taught you how?
He taught me over the phone.
Over the
Mythbusters act
phone? No
over the phone.
way.
Mythbusters sent me a bunch of glasses and an amplifier because we started with amplification. He told me how to set it up, and I'm practicing. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. And he calls me. He's living in the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, I believe. And he's like, "Okay, try this, try this." Bam! Then I was hooked. I broke like 8 that night, and I understood the methodology of it. So when we did Good Morning America, they were testing sound, and I was so much louder than the people challenging me that they said, "We believe you can do it without an amplifier." So I tried for a few months. I couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. One day it finally happened. So I called them, and they're like, "Yeah," because they wanted to do the show Mythbusters, not just Good Morning America. And they were really nice, but they're like, "Oh, we'll get back with you." And my son said, "Why don't you videotape it?" So I did, and I sent it to them. And Derek, it wasn't 30 minutes later, I get a phone call. "We want you out here." As soon as
Wow.
they saw it. So we flew out and did the show, and that's history.
And you became the glass shatterer. I mean, it's like your claim to fame, no?
Yeah, it is. It's one of my claims to fame. It's my fun one,
Yeah,
you know.
right. You have many. I won't even go to the other names they call you out there. I'm gonna leave that right there on the table. There you have
I'm not embarrassed. I'm naturally red. So
it. So with that success, you were able to open up your own vocal school and teach people uh, the techniques you've learned. How long have you been teaching?
I started teaching in 1996, and the weird thing is, as you mentioned Dream Theater earlier, so James Labrie is one of the students that I've worked with, and we're still close to this day. In 1996, a friend of mine, Troy Gregory, had called me and says, "Hey, how do you sing so high? Can you teach me to sing high?" And I thought about it, and I was tired of doing scales. So he came over, and I had a pitch wheel, and I said, "Try this. Just do it. Do like a little slide." And within like 45 minutes, I had him nailing the A note, which is the highest note, and pull me under. And he went home and he started practicing. He started getting it. So it's weird. Full circle. James Labrie and Jim Gillette are responsible for me becoming a vocal coach and setting a world record. So it comes around, and so many years later, 15, 20 years later, here I am teaching James Labrie, and that's what got me started.
Wow,
So it's been what,
wow.
24 years now I've been teaching.
Gee, money. One of the subscribers out here just asked us, who's the best vocalist for you that you've heard, Jamie? Male or female? They said. Who's the best vocalist?
You know what? If you've read my book, Raise Your Voice, I can't. There's so many. It's like I'm a harmony freak, so I love tons of harmonies. I love tons of singers. I couldn't even name like my top.
Give me
So
your
my top.
top three vocalists.
Prince. I love Prince. I love Jim Gillette. I love Amy Lee from Evanescence. I love Jeff
Oh,
Buckley.
Evanescence, love her. She's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, so many amazing singers that it's hard. I just did that thing on Facebook. They're like, name the top 10 albums and singers you like, and I put 12 in there, like Tony Harnell from TNT. So there's so many. It's your emotional mood. I mean, what are you in the mood to listen to today? I listened to Led Zeppelin earlier and some Jeff Buckley. Tomorrow I may be listening to Ready for the World, who I have Melvin
Oh,
Riley. If
you
you
went
remember them, oh
you
Sheila.
went there. Ready for the world?
Oh
Oh,
no, dude,
I haven't heard them in so long.
I got everything, and I was upset. Melvin, he dropped out of the band. I think he's back, but all their stuff, I was
Oh
buying all that up.
man,
I love that band. So
who
people
remembers?
say,
Oh, oh
yeah,
Sheila, let
yeah,
me love you till
exactly.
we can get it right. Come on,
Oh,
that's going
I
back
love.
on me, dude.
So people look at me, they're like, "But he's a metalhead. How can he love old Sheila and love you down?" It's just
Oh wow,
Melvin. He didn't have a high range, but man, he has so much swagger.
he had a
So that's
lot of swagger.
Yeah, so it's like that's why I can't tell whoever asked the question who are the top singers. It's a matter of opinion and who you like. So
I love it. I love
I love everybody.
it. So going through all this, how did the IK Multimedia products that you have help you to stay creative and help you teach?
Well, the funny thing is I don't know, over a decade ago, I can't remember when I found IK, but I know I was teaching on Skype and I had Lisa's keyboard and MIDI controllers were getting big, and I was like, God, I wish I had something, and I had a big Akai, but it didn't make sense. And then when iGrand came out on my iPhone, I was like, woo, finally a piano app because there's a couple others and they weren't really good, but one I really enjoy. But then I didn't really like the way I had it set up to go through my Kai. So I went to IK Multimedia and I found you had that little Ray Keys Mini and I bought it. and I started playing piano. And then I discovered Vocal Live. And I was like, wow, I need to use this. So I got an iRig Pre so I could plug my microphone into it. Then Easy Voice came out, and a lot of people see that app and they're like, oh, it's just kind of a toy app. That's amazing. I actually use it with students because you can plug in like an iRig mic, just the basic one, and you can add effects. You can pull in a song and you can sing along with it, and you can practice like moving around like you're on stage. You can hear the effects. You can get more comfortable with singing. So IK, like I said, it's been, I don't even remember, it's over 10 years ago for sure. It's been a part of my life. I mean, I use it. Here's my iRig Keys IO. I use it every day to teach. I use it to record. My iLoud is the only speaker I use here in the studio. Several iClips. So
So
I
you
just,
you are just a basic IK fanatic, which we love you for that. We love that.
dude, I made up with it. I just got your iRig mic video, and I got it attached to my thing. I'd pull it off. So it's the shotgun mic that sits on your iPhone. And because I was thinking, okay, my webcam's okay, but we were talking earlier. iPhones, iPads, they shoot in 4K, and I thought, man, I wish I had something besides the little. I have the couple little square ones you got to plug into the side, but I wanted something more, and I got that, and I love the sounds. So now the videos I'm doing for my school, I just use my iPhone and I use that microphone, and everything's fine.
That's awesome, man. So out of all the IK products you have, because you have multiple, you have many, and and
Yeah.
and we didn't like force you to buy them. We were like, oh, just endorse our stuff.
Uh,
You chose it because it worked, right?
yeah, I
Um,
do. I'm always upgrading too. I went to Pre, iRig Pro, and I still got my iRig Pro here, but then I talked to you because I got an iRig Keys IO 49 and I got the 25. So I can sit upstairs and write piano parts for my songs. But the preamp in this thing is just as is the same thing as the Pro. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can sit here with this microphone and my iPad and sit here in this chair, which is what I did today, and sing. I mean, it sounds silly, but I don't have to set up in the studio. Just
wow.
right here and do it. So yeah.
All right. So just out of all the stuff you have, what's the one you use the most every day?
It's the iRig keys. Well, God, I use the iLoud too. I'm always checking anything with the iLoud. Dude, not to jump back and forth, cannot find a speaker I like as well as the iLoud. I'm not going to name the other companies I bought or sent me stuff, but that iLoud is just freaking phenomenal. So I'm not lying. I got it right here. I mean, I live with this. But the keys IO because I write piano parts. I teach. I pull up iGrand. I'm using the piano when I'm in Skype lessons. So that's it. Now, if you'd ask my guitar player, he just stole or borrowed my iRig Stomp. You finally came out that pedal, and I'm like, all right, because he uses Amplitude. In fact, he used Amplitude Acoustic the other day to record this acoustic track. Now he fits his iPad right in there. He plugs it in, and he can do everything. You can do vocals through it since it's got the preamp. You can do your guitar. So that's he's got the stomp. I got the keys,
You are
and
a
that's
true IK fan, Jamie. We couldn't even do this show without you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And all people that are watching, he named about 4 or 5 products, but you can always go to ikmultimedia.com and take a look at the products he's mentioned. iLoud is one particular monitor, a speaker we put out a while back. That's been great. It's great for all kind of purposes. So just look for iLoud, and we have it set up in the speaker section. He talked about iRig Keys IO, which is in our keyboard category. And he's talked about iRig Pre and Pre HD and Pro IO. Those are all our interface categories. So when you go to our website, just take a look and drop down the categories. You'll see those products there. You'll be able to find everything he talked about. So of course, man, we just we just appreciate you using them all and that you've actually found benefit in each one.
well, they made it easier for me, Derek, because the thing I love about the iRig Keys Pro IO or the Keys IO is the fact that I can plug in my iPad. The problem I had is I'm a freak. Be recording an extreme screen program or doing a million tracks on a song, and not all the time, but you could run out of juice in your iPad. Uh, with the keys, you can plug it in the wall. Actually charge your iPad. Plus, now I don't have to. I was taping my Pro to my old mic stand, and now I just got this on the boom. I plug my mic, right into the keys, and then right out to a preamp and back into the iPad. So everything's right here. It's going to power it for me. I don't have to worry about it running down. For me, all my engineers and my partners are like, you need to go to Mac and you need to use this. I'm sorry, I'm too high strung. I can sit here and use Sample Tank or whatever and be MIDIing something. I don't like it. I can change it. I can record a vocal. I don't like it. Let me delete it. If I'm here, I got to reach. I got to grab a keyboard and a mouse and do all that. So for me, it makes sense. And like if you go to my website, not trying to promote it, but there's songs on jaimevendera.com/about, and those songs were recorded all on an iPad. The demo, there's a song called Lisa, a song called Casual Suicide. Those were done. A demo called Fallen. All of them were here with an iPad and with either an iRig Pro or the iRig keys.
So let's bring them back to that. Let's make them realize that IK Multimedia has been on the front line of people using mobile devices to create music, to create, period. We were one of the first ones to say, hey, you can use your iPhone or your iPad and get a professional recording right there and making it super easy, super portable. You've just taken that vision and just expanded it and make it something you do daily, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can even take it live now. I mean, there's a lot of vocal processors out there you take on stage, but now when you got this Stomp, you can plug in Vocal Live or Amplitude, plug everything up, and that is your rig for stage, for the acoustic show or whatever you want to do. So yeah, I mean, I'm using it daily. If I travel, like I've been out on the road with I Prevail, which I didn't take at that time, but if I'm traveling going to China or wherever and I need to work on something, that's why I got the 25. I just take my iPhone. I need it anyway. A cable, a small set of headphones, and boom, I can set. I can record. I can do whatever I need to do.
Here's the real question, though. People will ask this. You're using your iPhone, your iPad, you're using IK tools. Are they giving you the pro quality sound you get? Are they giving you 24-bit sound?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know what? Go to the website and listen to the songs. They absolutely do. You know, I'm not. I don't have to. For me, I'm so busy because I'm a publisher. I'm writing books. I'm working with authors. I'm shattering glass. Whatever I'm doing, it's hard for me to go book studio time. So when I know I can run down here after dinner and record a couple things, and I know the quality is amazing, it's fine. And I work with a guy named Dallin Beck out of Nashville, amazing engineer, and he uses sample tank. You'll hear sample tank samples on those songs. I asked him the same thing. I said, "Are you sure this is good?" Because I want to be honest. Even when I started doing this, you get it in your head. Can I really record on a tablet or an iPhone? There's no way that's going to be as good. There's no way. It's got to be degraded. And he says, "Dude, you cannot tell a difference." We just did an Alter Bridge cover, and he's mixing it now. It's a little bizarre, but when you hear it, no, the acoustic guitars were all through run through the Stomp Amplitude acoustic, and that's how they were recorded. All the vocals, all the harmonies were done here, like you said, 24-bit. Everything, you don't notice any degradation. This ain't a Tascam 4-track recorder from 1982.
Haha,
Trust
you
me.
went back. You went back on that
Yeah.
one, brother.
Well, I can because we're 50, so we can share in that and ready for the world.
You and I can go back at 50. It's okay. We've earned it. We've earned it. So let's parlay to the left and talk about some of the IK apps that you use, because you use a lot of our apps and our software on your applications too. What apps are
Yeah.
your favorite?
Well, I love iGrant. I'm always using that for teaching and for piano samples. Vocal Live, it's just so easy for me to use. So I use that, but you're going to laugh when I tell you. My favorite is because I use it in Vendera Vocal Academy is Easy Voice, because you've got this simple little app and it's got, a half a dozen effects on it, reverb, EQ, compressor. And what I love about it is if you're on an iPhone or an Android, you can pull a song in from your playlists, and then you can set up your effects and you can put on headphones, you can use a microphone, and you can sing right along. And what a great way to practice, because in my methodology, I teach what's called the isolation method, and it's a lot of exercise, a lot of voice strength training. But that's the boring stuff. I mean, we want to sing. That's what the fun stuff is. So a lot of singers are uncomfortable in the beginning with hearing their own voice. So when I say, okay, you can pick up an iRig mic. It doesn't cost that much. You can get the very basic one for well, I think it was $39 or $59. Plug that right into your iPhone. Put your iPhone in your back pocket and sing along with some headphones on and actually hear some effect on your voice as you're singing along to a karaoke track. So I'm always pushing singers to do that. Also, like we do these tech talks in the school. So I break down, I show them how to set up the multi-effects chains in Vocal Live, and how you can record on the 8-track and the iMic room, so you can switch the microphones. You can test them out to see what sounds like a Neumann or an SM58. So I love them all. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm you
You
send me the check after this is done. No.
exactly. You're so good though. One of the people in the chat said, "Do you have a tattoo with IK Multimedia somewhere on you? You're
Yeah,
just
no,
like that much in
yeah,
love.
you know what? I'll
You need to
probably
have
get
an IK like right here
that's
on the
razor
corner.
voice.
You,
That's my Dr. Folks. I'll get like IK right on the
you
chest.
need to get it like right here, man. Hook it up so we can see it. And then when you do your, will be IK right there.
Hey,
That'd be
you
backwards.
know what? You know what? Everyone's laughing. They're laughing about this, but I'm looking. I got some real estate here, and I'm thinking, what can I put? You're going to laugh if you see a little IK uh, here under my microphone. So
I
that'll
love it.
be
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. Another person asked, what's your favorite setup, which gives you the best satisfaction? But I think you kind of answered because you talked about having your iPad, but maybe you're thinking that having your keyboard or your iRig Pre, or which one's the best one that gives you the best sound?
Well, I mean, they all the thing I like about IK, I didn't really hear any degradation sound. I'll be honest, even when I think you pushed me to go to the pre. So Scott, my guitarist, had the iRig just to plug in for the guitar, and then someone from your team said, "Hey, let's push him to HD." He went HD. I went from pre to pro. I'm not really good. I'm not an engineer. I didn't hear a huge difference. Apparently there was some, but and then my concern was when I had the pro and I'm like, I have the keys. I'm like, wait a minute. They both got an XLR. What should I do? And he's like, don't worry about it. You see, they're both the same. So for me, it really, but right before this setup, I love studio projects because I sing really loud. So I had a CS1 and I was using their preamp, the VTB one. And Dallin, my engineer, said, you know what? All those artists I work with, like Hinder and Starset, they've been using an SM7B. I thought, well, I'm a sure guy. Let me go for it. And I got a Golden Age Pre, and I thought I don't have a condenser mic now. I don't have to worry about surrounding it. So now I can turn on my iPad, which is on my iClip, plug it in, set my channels up, have my music track, set a track up, hit record, and hey, and sing my song, and I'm done. I mean, it's so simple. Everything's right here.
I love
So
it.
in my preamps over here, I just got to reach out. Oh, it's a little loud. I'm clipping. Let me back it down 5 decibels. And honestly, I think the reason I use Golden Age Pre just for a little bit of collaring, I think I wouldn't even have to use it. Everyone says you need like a cloud lifter with the Shure. I haven't noticed that you needed one. I had one. It was too noisy. I pulled it out, and I could probably just run direct and use the preamp you got on board. But I just like a little more collaring to it. So,
So that's
but
a
yeah,
great explanation for those that maybe they're just learning how to sing and they don't have a microphone yet. They can buy one of our microphones to start off. But if they have
that's
their own
what I would
microphone, like
do.
an SM7B, which I have an SM7B myself. I love that for my voice. Then they can plug into the iRig Pre HD or the iRig Pre and get that same great quality from their microphone right into the application with one of our interfaces. It just makes it
Well,
perfect.
Well, you already know this because we talked the other day. So I want to get the one of the studio mics from you because in my thinking, what if I just skip the preamp, plug an IK mic right into my iRig Keys IO, and then I record it because it's a really clean sound, and then I just go in and use Mic Room. I'm like, oh, let me change it. Let me see what it sounds like. Let me check that SM7B. Let me just see how that is because I'm thinking, wow, if you could, and I'm sure you could, it's a no-brainer. I mean, there you go. If you're watching this, you play piano, you can get this. If not, you can get an iRig Pro. You can get the HD, and you can get one of their microphones. It's under $200. And I forget what you said. I read it. It's registered. I mean, you can scream in that thing, and you're not going to distort it. And that's always been my concern, making sure if I'm like belting out a soprano A or something, something can handle it. So that's my next step. We're going to record a couple covers with an IK mic, just to compare. And I honestly don't think I want to have much of a difference. I mean, maybe a little tonal coloring difference, but it depends on how I set Mic Room.
Well, I appreciate you even talking that through. I think people are asking about Mic Room. We're going to give away that product today. And Mic Room's main purpose is just to model the other microphones that are present. So when you use our microphone, it's going to say, hey, here's your iRig mic, or whichever
Yep.
one it is. And then it's going to say, here's the tonal character of what this microphone would sound like if it was an SM7B or Sennheiser or other microphones. Yeah, so you can get an example, kind of a feeling with that mic, or what your voice would sound through that microphone. And it's a great program to be able to use if you can't afford to buy all these microphones. You can use our microphone and get a close enough proximity of what it'll sound like in your mix. So Mic Room's a good one. So we're going to give it away today. Be looking for that. We're going to give away the app so you can put it on your phone or your iPad. Be excited about that. People are chumming up all kind of questions, man, but we can't get to all of them. We're going to have to close here soon. let's get to this. What IK products do you recommend most for your students? What's the one you
Uh,
recommend off the top?
if I was going to, if it was a beginning student and they were just wanting to practice, I would to save money, I'd have them get an iRig mic, just the basic version, and get an app like Easy Voice. When they wanted to start expand and really learn how to set apps like the compression and vary your EQ, then I would bump them up to Vocal Live. But at that stage, they're wanting to do that. I'd say, hey, why don't you get you an iRig Stomp and plug your iPad into that? Because then you can use it in the studio, you can use it live on stage, whatever you want to do. Plus, with the Stomp, if you're an acoustic player, you can also use it for that. For me, being a piano player, of course, I want to push iRig keys. The only thing, and I want to say, we said this earlier, I got an iRig keys IO 25 and 49 key. I'm saying this so everyone who's watching from IK, come on, brother, sister, give me at least a 61 key. I want a 76, but I'm happy because I play a lot of piano and I got a lot of intricate parts going on. So here I am with one hand doing my thing, and then I got to come back into it with you. So I need a few more keys to play with.
I tell you, man, we'll eventually get there. Hang in there.
Yep.
Hang in there. A little slower. One more question someone asked about: can we use a condenser microphone with iRig interfaces? Some of our interfaces have the phantom power. You can turn the phantom power off and use a condenser microphone there. I'm using actual I think that's pronounced Lewitt, Lewitt microphone today, and I'm putting that through a mixer which uses iRig Stream, our other interface. iRig Stream is our interface that has left and right RCAs, and you come out of your mixer into that goes right into your stream. So I'm using that type of microphone with one of our interfaces. So yes, there are a couple of things in that line that you can use to get that same quality sound. Last question, man.
The IO has a phantom power, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the back. So I mean, I always use it with the CS1.
So I got one last question for you because we're getting close to 4:30. We always want to try to keep it good and keep it 30 minutes for my guys. And there goes my dog. Look at that. Can you hear the dog?
That's your alarm.
That's what happens when you have a live stream at home. You have everybody making noise. It is definitely COVID-19. Everybody's here. All right. Simple question. If you only had your iPad and one IK tool to create whatever you had to do, what tool would it be?
I'd have to have the iRig. I'd have to have the iRig keys. I know I mentioned it 27 times, but I really do everything. All the music that I'm writing with Angel Fire East is like really intricate piano parts, and it allows me to also plug in a vocal mic. I also have your bendy mic that comes with it, but I don't know where I put it. So that is my workship. I mean, everything that I do is with my iRig keys IO because I can do vocals, I can do keys, I could beat and do drum patterns if I wanted. So that would have to be it. Even if you're looking and you're like, man, I can't, I got to keep watching my budget. That 25 would work. I mean, I'll set up in my chair upstairs and play piano parts with the 25 key iRig keys, and just I'm rocking in my chair and doing these piano parts with headphones on, and boom, and I'm using them in my songs.
So there you have it, guys. Jamie V says get an iRig keys IO. Multiple reasons why. Number one, it has the interface built into the back, so you've got a 24-bit 96K interface built in, single channel. You also have some pads on the top, and you've got your keys, and you get a lot of control with this baby. So it can plug into your iPhone, your iPad, or your Mac and PC. This thing can go anywhere you go. So Keys IO is this main piece. We're excited to hear that from you, Jamie. We're going to have to get her closed up today, but I mean, tell them how to get a hold of you if they want to get some lessons or learn how to sing like you. What do they do?
Okay, JaimeVendera.com. That's JaimeVendera.com. From there, you can get to VenderaPublishing.com. The school that we have, which is a 2-year program, is VenderaVocalAcademy.com. Very interactive community, critiques. There's thousands of videos, audios, PDFs in there. So, hundreds of singers in that community. It's kind of like a mini school for singers and musicians. So, but JaimeVendera.com, you can get to me to any of those other places from there.
Man, Jamie, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. You always enjoy to talk to. We always crack up when we hang out, so it's just good to have you on the show. And again, we appreciate all that you're doing up there. JaimeVendera.com. Don't miss out. He's got an amazing school. Go learn how to sing better. I'm going to sign up pretty soon. I need to get my voice into shape. I think I need to step up my game. Let's not forget, if you enjoyed this content, you got to hit a like, you got to hit a subscribe, and you got to share us. We want people to come and see all the IK Multimedia tools that are out there and available. But let's not forget, we got free stuff to give away, right? Who wants free stuff? Come on, I see some hands. Free stuff. Jamie, you want free stuff?
Absolutely.
We all want free stuff. So today, we're giving away the product we talked about, Mic Room. So giveaway time, giveaway time, giveaway time. Who wants to get mic room? I got to figure out something cool to ask you guys about this. Let's see. How do I give this one away?
What mic is Jamie using? Oh, they would see it in the video.
Yeah. How about this? How about this? Give me three, or at least give me two of the singers that Jamie mentioned that were some of his favorites. Give me two singers that Jamie mentioned that were some of his favorites. Whoever gets those in the chat there quick, we will be able to get you a mic room for your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch. Who's got it out there? Let's see. Is anybody jumping out there? We'll see if they can get it. In the meantime, take care, everyone. We hope to see you soon. Jamie, thanks for staying on with us, and we'll talk soon, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, man.